Hello, and thank you for joining me today on Live with a Purpose. God, throughout the centuries, has been speaking to his people in writing, in revelations, through prophecy, through dreams, visions, through nature, through Jesus Christ. God has been speaking to his people through his Holy Spirit. And what is a common theme that we continually hear? To walk in his ways. Jesus said, if you love me, you'll follow my commandments. Jesus says, go therefore and teach all the nations, disciple all the nations, that they may learn. The Ten Commandments is about a set of words or instructions about how to live before God. So God puts out what he expects of us, and then he says, walk. This is why many times God is repeating himself over and over, reminding his people what he expects of them. In Deuteronomy 5:33, where the Ten Commandments is repeated, further down, it says this: you shall walk in all the way that the Lord your God has commanded you, that you may live, and that it may go well with you, and that you may live long in the land that you shall possess. God is clearly telling them what the recipe is, so to speak, to life. If we want to be in a good relationship with God, he's telling them, this is who I am. This is who you are in relation to me. This is what I expect of you. And if you do these things as my children, as my creatures, you will be blessed. You will be blessed in your lives, in the land that I give you. You will be able to take advantage of every blessing that I put before you. It's sort of like fruit. On the one hand, good fruit, and on the other hand, fruit that is spoiling or that is already spoiled. You can have the fruit, but if it's spoiled, it is no longer any good to eat. So God is letting them know what he expects of them, to walk in his ways, to live, to have a certain way, a certain mindset. This hasn't changed. Jesus, of course, said this in many different ways in his word, and his words to the people, to his disciples, and to the crowds. And this continues to this day, and it is the Holy Spirit that reminds us of these words for us to follow. What's the point of having all this information if we don't walk in it? What's it worth to us if we go our own separate ways and walk in our own mindset, in our own hearts, where we know that we are full of deceit and sin and imperfection and weakness? But God is perfect, and he is not trying to impose rules for rules' sake. He's simply saying, this is who I am. I want you to be with me. You need to do this, and this will set you free. Think about these things today on Live with a Purpose.